Today we're talking about cognitions and how to sharpen your cognitions and your intuitions. For us to sharpen something, we got to understand what it is and what it does. The cognitions is merely like workers of your psychology. It allows you and your mind to communicate with the environment and your internal environment, your psyche. So if you're not aware of that, then what happens is you get lost within the sound, the communication, the interpretation of what it is that your mind is being attracted to. And you got to add this, because modern day human psychology is a fight. You guys don't want to deal with where your attention is going. So y'all can't even watch a fucking YouTube video. So you're in deep shit. So whenever you understand that the first thing to sharpen up your intuitions and your cognitions, your mind, and your ability to use your mind is attention. Hey, now we getting there. Now you stepping into the first steps of flight is attention. So if you don't know how to use your attention, if you have trouble with your attention spans, and your ability to focus, you're shit out of luck. And what do we need to do to enhance it? Is to do it. Is to focus. Is to pay attention. There's no secret. There's no little trick. Go meditate. Go read a book. Time yourself doing something. There's so many ways to enhance your focus and your attention span. You just have to be able to want to do it. That's the thing. Y'all are fucking lazy. Because I'm not making videos about no goddamn focus or attention. Dude, just fucking do it. Now, whenever you understand that, then you can understand what your mind is doing, what it is communicating with, meaning the thing that it is being attracted to that has you wavering everywhere. Whenever you understand that, you can now sit straight and focus on what it is that is happening, what phenomenon is occurring, and what that phenomenon does. It extends you somewhere else via thought, via line of reasoning. On that line of reasoning, you're getting ideas and thoughts, and since you're lost in yourself, lost in your motives and your desires, guess what's going to happen? You don't control this too, by the way. What you're going to see is your attraction is being attracted to that little element that is a constituent of what you fell into. It's within that, and you're just falling in deeper and deeper and deeper. Then, hey, a couple years go by, well, a couple days or whatever go by, just time. And all of a sudden you catch yourself doing little motives, having little motives, making desires based on the rationality of whatever element that you was lost in. So say for instance that you were lost in the element of trying to prove yourself or trying to be like something, like I don't know. And whenever you see the slightest opportunity to behave in that energy, your mind is going to overload you with that. So eventually over time, you're just going to be whatever dumbass character that you're getting lost in. And then 5-10 years later, you wondering what's wrong with you. You a reprobate. You a sleazeball. You have no virtue. You have no morality. It's that simple. You have no principles. It's that simple. It's that simple. It's that simple. So understand this is what's happening in your mind, and this is where you're going. Okay. This is what's happening. Cognitions is your perception of the environment and that communication based on the knowledge that you do have and the knowledge that you live by, your consciousness, how you flow through life, your movement, okay, body language. That's all correlated to your cognitions. Now, intuitions is what you know meaning a vibe. This intuitions and truth is like the same, meaning nothing is as simple as those things. So I can give you a concept to help you even grasp it. Like, you know what intuition is and you know what makes sense. The thing is the attribute that comes with you being in an intuitive state, which is this courage, being bold. So the way you be bold, though, is to know where you came from and how your cognitions is interpreting some type of aspect, some type of area, and the communication of that. Your mind is the properties of the cognitions. It's like a collection, meaning the knowledge that you have and the perceptions of these knowledges that you have. That is the mind, and how these things are unifying together as one, forming your mind, meaning your ability to even have some type of creative fertility, to have a creative mind, for you to be able to put two and two together. So the mind deals with intelligence, your ability to see patterns and recognize whether those patterns belong. The genealogy of whatever element that you are experiencing, where it comes from and how it got there and why you are there. That sets the tone so you can have some type of spatial record, some type of spatial recognition of where you are. Meaning one aspect of yourself, you're probably in your lowest nature, in your lower form, trying to shed off an attribute, trying to shed off a feature, trying to shed off a trait. I'm saying shed. So whatever you're in these aspects of doing that, because it's different whenever you're trying to shed off a nature and whenever you're introspecting a nature. When you're interpreting information, meaning how stimulus is communicating with your mind. What is stimulus? Characteristics from objects or motion that remind you or appear as things or is a thing that puts you in a state of familiarity. Now, when it comes to appearances and how things appear and how you come about your internal state to the external by way of recognizing a nature that is not familiar or that is familiar but is looking kind of off, your mind gives you an appearance, an assumption of what that may be. Now, you don't go and bash that, what your mind is telling you what it is or what it could be. You don't say that, oh, I thought it was that. No, your minds give you an appearance based on this is your intuition, by the way. Your minds give you an appearance so that you can actually juxtapose what that object that is external and how that characteristic that triggered your mind to even be inclined to that particular thing, that particular feature of the external world. So whenever you become conscious enough to empirically and rationally synthesize what is going on, then you can have the ability to harmonize and unify your mind, your beliefs, and not be wavering from stimulus. You see through stimulus. When you experience, okay, your mind goes in a daze. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. On the contrary of seeing through it. Okay, so you got to understand, whenever an object gets presented to you, That is your mind. Wherever it's coming towards you as feedback, that is how your mind perceives it. Now, what you're doing in that, how you're reacting and responding to that interpretation, that's solely on your soul and your time with virtue and your morality. That is going to let you know how you're going to handle it and what's going to come about via a thought from that experience with that new essence or the old essence. Or because you got to understand, we're always experiencing something. We're always going through lessons and we're always getting new wisdoms. So if you don't have a morality and you come to a cognition from an experience that is something that you don't like, then how you transition from that cognition to another cognition, you will be in the memory of that experience. So you will be holding on to some form of knowledge that you necessarily don't like. So this is you like creating some type of mood, some type of vibe, intuition about what you just experienced that reminds you of an environment or an expression that is linked to an environment. So whenever you do use your body, use your mouth, use your senses within some type of context, your mind will start to just make up shit about what it is that is to come, or your assumptions or your expectations. That's what's happening whenever that shit occurs. Whenever your mind is presenting you with shit that you ain't never seen before type shit, or being creative within an aspect that you don't like, that is what the mind's supposed to do. Okay? So the vibes come from experiencing cognitions and transitioning from a cognition to another cognition, so you can have the intuitive sense of what that thing is, so you don't have to waste energy whenever you're trying to break down what it is that you are experiencing. So whenever you are experiencing that form, that environment, intuition is hit, knowledge, you know it, and now you can watch the motherfucking show. Now you're in a refinement state of just getting pure wisdom. This is how you sharpen your cognition and your intuitions, by being aware, consciously aware